Okay, so we start with the don't fuck this up thesis that I talk a lot about, which is the majority of your capital should be in the top 3 to 5 tokens. So what I do personally is I then look at all of the price action between the top 3, Solana, ETH, Bitcoin, look at the cross rates and choose the strongest one. It has been Solana. And I've had that bet for a while and it's been the strongest trend. So that is why I have Solana. Solana has a good community, great UX, good tech, it's fast, it's cheap, and it has had some breakthroughs in chain usage, meme coins being one of them. The ecosystem is deepening and broadening, much like ETH was doing this time last cycle. So, okay, that's a great place to park a larger amount of capital because it's relatively safe.
So, and you worked out really well until now.
Yeah.
Are you still confident about the great Sol trade for this cycle?
Yes, I am. I'm sure it'll do absolutely fine. I mean, I see nothing but success going on that chain and positive vibes. The question is whether the next chosen one outperforms it so significantly that you're forced to take that trade, which is much riskier. So it's not the bet that I would ask people to do full size. And for me, it's Sui. And it's not because I'm on the foundation, but it's because I could have been talking about this forever because I was on the foundation, but I didn't. I waited till I saw the confirmation price action, which was this general outperformance, started versus Solana, ETH, Bitcoin, and then every single token started breaking out. And at that point, I felt comfortable saying, listen, I think this may be the chosen one. Sure, there'll be other stuff that outperforms it.
So the fact that you are on the Sui Foundation board is not linked to the fact that you think it's going to be one of the outperformer. It's kind of luck.
Yeah, it is. I'm
Interesting.
a mercenary when it comes to capital. And because I've got so many followers, I cannot shill something because I happen to be on the board and I want the number to go up. I can't do that. So I was very careful about it until the price was proving itself. And then I could say, listen, the proof is here, it's outperforming everything. And I think this is going to get adoption because of the reasons. And you had Adani on, who's fantastic.
Absolutely.
And you can see the technology and how they're breaking the internet down to its component parts and rebuilding the stack from scratch. Now, clever tech doesn't win. Adoption wins.
Absolutely.
So we're seeing the active wallets going up. We've seen stuff. It's early. We haven't got a big breakthrough use case yet.
Yeah, I actually flew to San Francisco, did a podcast with a bunch of people there, and Adeni was one of them. And I fell there. And kind of around that same time, you started to be more vocal, and I was like, fuck. I don't have more cash. What do I do? Then I said, hey, guys, we should do a partnership with the podcast. And it's about to happen. So I was like, yeah. So I was like, I need to do something about that because otherwise I don't have in my portfolio, the outperformer gaining adoption. Right? So, but yeah, absolutely. I felt there's something when you have these people in front of you that just completely opens your mind and your eyes, right? And you're like, oh man, like.
And look, Sui is hard to understand at first. When I started, I'm like, look, we know they're all smart people, but they're just technical. And at the time, they hadn't developed the character of like these 5 superheroes because each of the 5 founders is very different. And what we're finding is different people are different communicators to different markets. And Adani is more crypto native, a bit more degen, a bit more understanding. I think Sam is like the young surfer dude, the CTO. And so he plays well. Evan is like the older wizard that nobody quite understands what he's talking about. Everyone plays a different role within it. So it takes a while for people to grasp what's going on. But I got it. As you know, I like to extrapolate everything down to its lowest common denominator, a meme, the left curve, right curve. And basically, it was built for 3.5 billion people in Facebook.
That's what I thought. When I was in front, I was just,
It's as simple as that. And what they're doing is breaking apart all the component parts of the web, storage, everything else, and rebuilding it for Web3. I'm sure some of those things won't get traction and some will get tremendous traction, but built for 3.5 billion people. That's all we need to know. Because the rest of the tech is struggling with scale and this doesn't. Okay.
I was thinking the same. I was like, I'm literally in front of one of the guys who was building Libra. I asked him, why do you think Libra failed? He answers, now he's in crypto. They were in Facebook. They understand Web 2. They're now in Web 3. Like there is all the components there. I mean, at least many components there that make sense if you dumb down everything on who could.
Don't forget, what they built was so powerful that they got shut down by the World Bank, the Fed, the ECB. I mean, they got shut down by everybody.
Mm. And Ivan, right? Adeni was like, he has a massive chip on the shoulder because it didn't work out, right? And so now he wants to prove that they're able with Sui to make something that really works, which is very bullish, obviously. You joined the board of the Sui Foundation when you probably get thousands of advisory requests per year. What's so special about the Sui network before prices went up, right? Or was starting to go up that made you want to join the Sui rocket ship?
So I was asked to by somebody I really, really respect in the space, and I understood why, because I'm in the Cayman Islands. And it's Cayman Islands Foundation, you want physical presence, and I'm crypto native, so it's like, okay, this makes sense. Because a lot of people have kind of bullshit Cayman directors. But I'd followed the Libra story. I'd written about it. I'd done podcasts on it. I thought it was incredible. And I was not going to join any token because I knew that I have an outsized impact because of my follower base and stuff like that. And so I had to be very careful and reputationally very careful. I didn't want something that was going to be crappy, implode, or anything else. It had to be a really big project that had a high probability of doing well, or at least being in with a chance. The downside of obviously is it's a low float because there was a lot of investor interest in early days. So I knew there was going to be a bit of that, and I knew that the team didn't yet understand community and Web3, and there was learnings, but I just thought that if anything was going to have a chance of succeeding, it was going to be this.